Okay, 30th of July 2026. Again, it's very, very hot. It's grey, it's threatening rain, I'm hoping. And I hope you're all alright. I'm going to have to get onto YouTube about these comments because it's ridiculous. But know that I'm very grateful always for you being there, and I'm sorry that I am chatting with you. Right, the song is, I'm pretty sure it's Shalimar. There it is. So it's finding something that was lost, or finding a solution, or finding someone. It's there it is, that's it, there it is. So let's have a look what this is all about. Today's card is the Empress. Mother energy. So if you're waiting for a message from Mum, this could give you a little insight. It means different things to different people. Married, you can always get more than one read out of it. You use your chart, the current chart, and your star sign. We use numerology, we use astrology, we use the tarot, the runes, you name it, we do it. Okay, let's have a look then. It's Taurus energy. In the upright, it's about abundance. It's the boar, so if you're born in the year of the pig, it's that. It's about growth, because it's usually a pregnant lady on the card, and you cannot give birth without pain. So it's growing through pain, but it brings you abundance. So never be afraid of the pain. It teaches you your life lessons. Where is she? Have we? No, we've missed her. So let's have a look. Where is she? She can't have been upright. She must have been reversed. I've only seen the back of her. That's what you get for waffling. You're just going to be the last deck. Last pile. That's what you get for trying to do too many things at once. Yes, she is. And I lied. No, I didn't lie, because she isn't in the upright, she's in the reverse. So that means stagnation. Nothing can grow in barren land. So again, somebody's stuck. This is about independence. 4th of July. It's my Beyonce card. It's, if you like to, should have put a ring on it. This is a single lady or gent, because we're not gender specific. It's 9 years. It's 1st of May. It's White Rabbit, so those born in the year of the rabbit. It's about having almost everything. She's looking for that one thing. There it is. And the dove is there, peace. So, totally independent, within or without relationships, careers, whatever it is, you can stand on your own 2 feet. Unfinished business. Don't act in haste, you'll repent at leisure. She has learnt some wisdom. This is Sagittarius energy. It's action by someone to complete something. In the next 8 days, something out of the blue to astonish you. But somebody is now focused. They've run out of options, or they've narrowed down their options. They're not living in a dream world anymore. but they are stuck. Living in the misery. Could be your inner child that's keeping you there, or children. This is, again, about standing on your own 2 feet, about rejection, saying no, not gritting your teeth and carrying on, putting your boundaries in place, be that garden fences, borders, or your boundaries, personal boundaries, space. No longer sacrificing your happiness for other people's. They don't deserve it. It may mean having to turn your world upside down. This is 9 days. So we've got 8 days there, 9 days there. Number 12, Pisces energy. Prisoners. Somebody possibly going to prison. Victims, martyrs, poets, artists. There's a lot going on there. It's Prometheus. And the number 4. So there's still stagnation there. Standing on your own 2 feet, but still in a barren land. And there is the credit stealer. The one that does things in the dark, underhand, lies, steals. And up to now I'd got away with it, but somebody's found out. There it is. That's the thing that will change everything. 7 weeks. So we've got a small amount of Sagittarius and a large amount of Pisces. Let's have a look. So it's about you standing on your own 2 feet. This is all about the houses, because there's no sign of it anywhere else. So Sagittarius is in the 4th house of home and family life, unfinished business. And Pisces is nowhere to be seen. So that must be a person. The name Paul. Any or all of what I say. Doesn't have to be everything I say, because I'm talking to a lot of you. So take the pieces that mean something to you. But that is a very important card, because it's nowhere in the chart. So that must mean it's somebody living at that number, born on that date, passed on that date. The 12 is a very important number. There's a Taurus, today's energy. 3rd house of communication and Uranus rebellion. That's also 12th house. It's alternative genders. It's the LGBTQ whatever else community. Sacrifices. Victims, martyrs. But I don't see any violence here, so it's somebody staying in a situation instead of standing on their own 2 feet, stagnating. In the misery of all those cups, 8 months. And missing the wishes that could be granted because they're looking the other way. The nightmare will be over in 9 weeks. But there is delays, especially in travel, problems with the internet. This is not over till the fat lady sings. Unfinished business. The World Tree, the Tree of Knowledge, Yggdrasil, 21. Bob and Dean. So No conclusion to this situation yet. But someone is coming home to who they truly are and learning to stand on their own 2 feet and declaring it, stating it, saying, I am my own person, I make my own decisions. And number 10, again, negative. It's better to be at the bottom of the wheel because when the wheel turns, we will reach the top. But this is negative, number 10. Which I don't like to see because it's my number. Number 10 Downing Street, which is the change they've been telling us about. He's decided it's going to be in Manchester of all places. So it could mean a run at bad luck for us. Number 10. And yet, there it is again. So we've got all the cards we need for this story. Someone will take action in the next 8 days, something out of the blue that's positive. That would be Jacqueline, Oscar, Richard. There's financial success, standing on your own 2 feet. It may come through a woman, so that doesn't suggest standing on your own 2 feet, does it? So you may have to turn your world upside down and stop relying on someone. This is a Leo energy. They're very demanding, high maintenance, and that is a loss of finances, a heavy loss, an ending. 10 years. So you have lost only one thing. You've gone from the 10 to the 9. So you won't lose as much as you think. Yeah, and you will succeed. This is Capricorn energy. This is William sitting pretty on his pot of gold. It's not always cash. It could be something else. But that is the way you want to be. Status, comfort, a happy retirement. A man in uniform, possibly. Somebody of a darker complexion, possibly. And the dragons. But this is a death, an ending. He's not got anybody else there. So for some people, money is everything. But you can't take it with you. So enough is enough. This has brought someone to the knees. They are surrendering. But that doesn't mean that they are not standing on their own 2 feet. They've made a decision that they can no longer be controlled. They made a decision to submit to that person and it brought them to the knees. This has to end. Enough is enough. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. So it's when your position becomes unattainable. When one thing becomes obviously so bad that anything else cannot be worse. It's the deal breaker, where you draw the line, where you say enough is enough. I can't. It's not happening. No. Another 10. That's 3 10s we've got. And the number 10. You are releasing a heavy burden that should never have been yours to carry. The letter D. And this is on the last stretch home as well. Home is where the heart is. Home is not home without food on the table, fire in the hearth and a welcome at the door. Home is where you say it is. Home is you coming home to who you truly are. Somewhere you can be yourself. And there it is again. Somebody's being found out for their lies, deceit and theft. They may have painted a very pretty picture to everybody, but there is enemies here. Gemini, communications, third house, and you have yet to overcome them. Something is being exposed, coming to light, obstacles will be removed, travel will take place, your happiness will return. 19, Karen. Again, Leo energy. Shame, blame game. Somebody here is trapped in the circle of swords. The swords represent your thoughts, your words, other people's words, put downs that you've had all your life that have shaped the way you behave and react. So you're trapped, you're in a child, you need to exercise those demons that I was talking about yesterday. Things that follow you around in your head. Your mum's voice maybe, your dad's voice. You can't do this, you can't do that. You are your own person. There's impatience here. Somebody doesn't like you standing on your own 2 feet. They like you dependent on them. It's time to come off the fence. You can't play both ends against the middle. There's Libra energy, 2 years. It's time to choose because you can't be everything to everybody. It's time to find that new team. Because this one's been lies, deceit and theft all along. A new foundation is being built for something better. Green light from Spirit of Go. And there again is the number 11. This is the Leo card, but it is not about the lion. It is about the woman who tames it. This is taming your demons, your enemies, you having the courage to trust yourself. This lion is submissive. His heart, back issues healed, and they cannot control you. No one can control you unless you let them. So, you have the power to open people up and shut them up at will. Third house is communication. So the internet, like we said, possibly. It's Gemini energy, which we know is our enemy. It's where we've got Gemini. Let's have a look. Gemini and Leo. Leo obviously is a sun sign. Mars in Gemini. Uranus in Gemini. Well done, Spirit. So rebellious communication. Gemini midheaven. Gemini Ceres. And 10th house Gemini, which is usual Capricorn energy. What was the other one? I said Leo, wasn't it? Leo is a big energy, not a small one. So we've got the Sun, Jupiter, which is abundance, and the South Node. So that's the past. This Leo energy should be the past. That's Sagittarius there. Sagittarius, the 4th house firm family. We've done that one, haven't we? So, yeah, Leo, the past again. Hands, arms, shoulders, siblings, school days, children, your immediate environment, your manner of speech, the way people talk to you, if it's respectful or not, and the neighbours. It's the beginning of your self-expression. It's whether you facilitate or restrict the flow. Clear communications or confusion, or no communication at all. And the abstract thought So it's a thought process. A rebellious thought process. A family rebel. Yeah, well, that'll be me. So Uranus in Taurus. In this placement, irresistible force meets immovable object. That creates enormous tension. Something has to blow. It is inventive in a practical way. So somebody is about to explode over something, and it will bring so much to light. There it is. Well, we're not supposed to know where it is, are we? Till it happens. So there it is. So possibly the 19th of August then, because there's so much Leo energy. Or the 11th. Number 5, which is the 5th house of Leo. Camellia japonica. I did say about Camilla, didn't I? Always reminded me of Camilla, I don't know why. Camilla, the moon and Venus. And what do we say today's card is Venus? Well, Garden Spirit. The magic of Camellia is that of gathering luxury and sensuality to ourselves, embodiment of success and prosperity. But she sees it as power, Leo energy, and he sees it as finances, power. Success and prosperity. Nowhere in this does it say that love is what makes you successful. Its magic is not so much about hoarding wealth, he certainly has, but the true prosperity of enjoying life. There you go. Ruled by the moon and Venus. It helps us connect with beauty and the divine feminine, and the strength that comes from being in touch with our feminine side. Well, these are not a divine couple, because she's fire and he's earth. And it doesn't matter if you're a fire sign, if you know your chart, your rising sign is what you need to find. This is bolstering your intuitive decision making. Friendship, good fortune. In medicine, the flowers have been mixed with oil to restore beauty after burns or sacrification. So somebody's been burnt here. The spiritual properties of Camellia are those of the heart opening to true spiritual love. This flower helps connect our heart and our head, quieting our mind and bringing great comfort. Camellia can help us when we feel unsafe, insecure or confused, or otherwise unsettled energetically. It helps to ground us while not giving us a sense of heaviness, there's the burden, or density. Simply being present in the comfort of our body and supported by the world. Well, we don't feel supported by the world because it's reversed, which makes it even worse. When we feel unhappy for being different from others, again, a family rebel, Camellia helps us find comfort in our unique strengths and accepting ourselves, so learning your boundaries, and a deeper connection to others. Everyone and everything is sacred. So, for once it's upright. It says, appreciate what you have, your home, your belongings, your health and your happiness. When this card appears in a reading, it indicates gratitude for what you have and reminds you that gratitude combined with humility is the key for going forward. The flower spirit is enveloped in the luxury of her petals. Enjoy the world and your life. Enjoy your family, your friends. But listen to your intuition from a place of beauty, security, and not from fear and scarcity. So in other words, choose your team, your new team, from a place of love, not from what they can give you or what you might profit from. That should be obvious, really, shouldn't it? I don't know. Sometimes I do despair. And there it is, disloyalty. Vivian, the 9 Ladies of the Lake, and Arthur Pendragon, King of Camelot. The Lady of the Lake is the keeper of Excalibur, the truth, the voice of the goddess during times when Avalon existed on this earthly plane. She is the mother, there we go, mother again, of Sir Lancelot, and great friends of Merlin, the magician. There were 9 Ladies of the Lake, of which the final lady, Vivian, is best known. She ruled during the times of Christianity and was introduced to Britain when Christian priests denounced beliefs in any other than their one Christian God. The Lady of the Lake made an agreement with Arthur when he was a very young man, so that he could pull that sword out of the stern, that if he would support the cause of Avalon, she would allow him to take Excalibur from the stone and rule the kingdom of Britain, to which he agreed. He was a good man. He had no intention of doing anything else at the time, so he took the sword from the stone, which gave him the kingdom of Britain. However, as the years passed, and through the insistence of his Christian wife Guinevere, so the wife turned him into something he wasn't, he began to rule his kingdom as a Christian king, forgetting his allegiance to Avalon and the goddesses, so British faith at the time. The practice of ceremonies and rituals revealing the old ways which worshipped the goddesses were frowned upon, because in the church it had to be men, and over time began to slowly fade away. Eventually, Avalon disappeared into the mists of Glastonbury because Vivian wasn't going to stay around where she wasn't wanted, and with it went the practices of worshipping the goddess. It is important to value your beliefs. There you go, stand up for yourself. They are what have guided you on your life's journey, and often we are tempted by other ideas that seem more glamorous or bring more riches, or hold the promise of greater riches. However, before making such life-changing decisions, take a moment to check your real feelings. Are these feelings related to the hype and the possibility of what you can gain? And most importantly, is there any real substance to what you are being led to believe? Or is it all lies, just to keep you trapped? It is normal for you to rush into decisions, act in haste to repent at leisure. But this is a time for you to have quiet reflection, to notice the chatter in your head and feel what your body is telling you. This decision challenges your beliefs and brings with it a responsibility for a life-changing event. It will turn your world upside down. You must take your time, at least 2 to 3 days, then make your decision. It will be the correct one. Even though you will be impatient to do it, you must wait 3 days. So, sleep on it, basically. Don't act in haste because you will repent at leisure. If you snap somebody's hand off because you think this is too good to be true, then you are sacrificing something that could have been far better. Blah, blah, blah. Giba, the gift, it cannot be reversed. However, it can be rejected, this gift. Similar to the Ace of Pentacles, Giba, sealed with a kiss or illiteracy. Gifts, both in the sense of sacrifice, of generosity, indicating balance. All matters in relation to exchanges, including contracts, personal relationships, and partnerships. So rejection, maybe, but it's still a gift. It's up to you. You have free will and choices. It's also in Roman numerals the number 10, so another 10. And the number 7. Odin and Thor, so Wednesday and Thursday. Odin and Thor. Giba, the letter G. Gifts, generosity, and help from those who are in need are sacrificed by Giba. Giba is also said to indicate love, perhaps in a more general sense of charity, rather than the purely personal. Oxen, so Taurus, make an appearance with Giba because cattle were the measure of wealth amongst the early peoples of Northern Europe. Another concept intimately connected with the generosity is that of boundary markers. There we go. Put your boundaries in place. Be generous if you want, but don't be a doormat. In other words, being overly generous can be a bad thing. In addition, recognizing one's own boundaries is as important as knowing how much to give. In another sense, the rune is connected with innate, latent talents or abilities that can be taken as gifts from the gods. This is the first rune of the series not to have an inverted meaning, so its message must be taken at face value. Both Odin and Thor are symbolically associated with Giba. The significance of knowing your boundaries and swearing to abide a contract, which Arthur broke with Vivian. Thor, the thunder god, whose job it was to preserve order of the universe, and this is going to cause chaos. Odin, being the archetypal king, was expected to give generous gifts to his followers in order to reward them for their loyalty. So the king could be important, Charles. He possesses a marvellous arm ring called Draupnir, which replicated itself into 8 other identical rings. So 9 rings, 9 pentacles, and 9 knights. What did I say? These precious objects were then distributed as it pleased him. Giba gained an extra interpretation as valuable ornaments, so someone it could be bought because they like shiny objects. Odin warns that it is better not to ask than to over-pledge, as a gift demands a gift, so don't kid yourself you're being bought. This verse speaks both of making hasty promises and of enchantments being cast. In both cases, a price must be paid, so caution should be the watchword. The giving and receiving of gifts has been important in every society as a gesture of mutual respect and a symbol of fondness. The custom is meant to bind people together. It's maybe why we still mark affectionate letters with an X to denote a kiss, while in previous ages, when most people were illiterate, documents were signed with an X to signify the acceptance of a contract or agreement, bringing the aspect of the relationship to the fore. So this may be the rejection of a contract. Gibo signifies both the donor and the recipient of the gift. All will be well as long as the conditions of both parties know their limits and agreements. Vivian knew hers, Arthur did not. Even if nothing material is actually given, the payment for the gift may come in the form of simple gratitude, but if that is withheld, then resentment and quarrels will be the result. So somebody wants you to be grateful for this present. The same applies to the giver. A present should be given with an open heart, otherwise the giver will feel forced into an obligation and the recipient will feel worthless. When Gibo appears, it is certain that you will feel honour bound to help someone out very soon. However, it is very important to judge exactly how much help you should give. After all, if you are too generous, that needy person will become over-reliant upon you. If you are not generous enough, you could be considered a skinflint. So it all depends on whether you're bothered about that, and your reputation could suffer. But somebody here is trying to control and buy another, and that is slavery. That is prostitution of a different kind. So don't let anybody own you. Stand on your own 2 feet. The number 24. Oh, Kristen, Emily, Catherine. The map maker of destiny. Your choices have consequences, and those consequences bring your destiny. 24. When the mapmaker of destiny appears, it is a sign that you will be given an opportunity to transform fate into destiny. Because at birth, each human being is given a unique map, a myriad of paths that intersect one another. Your map of destiny shows all the places you are meant to visit, places where you will be challenged to evolve to the highest aspect of yourself, to grow. Remember that you are the spark of the divine come to earth to experience itself. There's the spark of the divine, but you're not seeing it. As such, your path is unique. It also somewhat preordained, and fate represents the events in your life that were meant to happen and that you can't change. Fate is transformed into destiny according to how you respond to your circumstances. Destiny offers you the ability to make great opportunities out of fated experiences, so even the bad things. So free will and choice are possible at certain points on your map. Now is one of those times. You are about to be faced with a relationship or circumstance brought to you by fate, or have already done so. How you respond will lead you into your perfect destiny. Your ally may assume the form of a soulmate, come to heal your heart and be your companion. Perhaps your challenger makes you face things within you that must change in order for you to represent your highest good, so stop being a doormat. Maybe fate brings you an ally in the form of a wonderful new project, or a challenge in the form of a failed business. No matter which form they take, all are perfect expressions of fate inviting you to your destiny. So pay attention as your map unfolds, and remember that fate makes the map, but destiny is determined by the manner in which you engage on the journey. So your choices and your reaction to things. Yeah, because somebody, there it is, number 3, today's card 3 and 30, is running on empty. There's no love here. There's unfaithfulness, disloyalty. Somebody's depressed. They're running on empty. This can't keep happening. So, number 3, the chalice. Refillable by you, no one else. The chalice is a symbol of blessings, consecration, and it is reversed. So, whatever is placed in that is made sacred and transfers that sanctity to those who drink from it. This is also someone who can't conceive. The blessed waters flow forth endlessly, symbolising the wellspring of divine love. In rituals and in magic, the primary element is water, and its direction in the circle is west. Depression can numb the emotions and keep bliss from reaching your heart. If this is so for you, you must reach out to others for healing. Blessings, communion, love. Know that you are loved and you can love. What part of your spirit needs healing? Just attacked my throat then. Sorry, I had to... Oh, Jesus. Taurus, the throat. So I said something there that hit the nail. Oh dear. Yeah. It's time to get to work. To change your energy. To dance, to exercise, whatever it is. Oh, Jesus. There you go. That sums up exactly what they said. I am authentic, so be your genuine self. You don't need to be anything else. If people don't like it, they're not your people. And have courage. Somebody is very materialistic. They like the shiny baubles. Thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye-bye.